Welcome to Maximising Efficiency with Dext. Today I am joined by Carly Tang, one of our many Dext experts in-house. Carly is a customer success manager here at Dext and helps a lot of our partners get the most out of Dext. So today me and Carly are looking at two features which we think are super useful with inside Dext and that help you match some of your transactions. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to jump straight into the product. So Carly, what I can see here is I've got two match transactions here. How do I get those to show within my cost inbox, and what do they mean? What do they relate to?
Yeah, so I'm really excited to show you these two features with Max today. Firstly, if you don't have this match column when you're looking at your cost inbox, head across to that cog in the top right-hand corner and click on the match button. So that will then bring up this match column for you. Once you've got this column, you will then see that there are two different matches that you can find. One looks like two sheets of paper, and that's the paperwork match just above. And then you've got the one that sort of looks like a little institute icon. That is your bank match. So with the paperwork match, this is my personal favorite of the two. So with the paperwork match, what it is saying is that we can see that there is a transaction that has already been made in your accounting software, such as Xero, for example. It is not an unreconciled statement line, and it has actually been created. So what's happened is now this piece of paper, in this particular instance, this train ticket, has come in and it seems to match what has already been created in your accounting software. So it's asking you, do you want to go ahead and send the image across to the transaction and attach it? So all you are doing is, if you want to send that image, all you'll be doing is sending that train ticket across. It's not publishing it and it's not creating another transaction. It is purely adding this piece of paper to the transaction already made. So it is not going to change any amounts that have been already created in Xero in this particular instance. It's just attaching that image to that transaction that was already in Xero.
Perfect. So I think I've been through this process before where I'm rushing around, I've got a VAT return to submit, the client's not responding to my queries, and I have to go through and create those transactions from the bank account that says, yes, this is a train ticket, it's Xero rated. And then before you know it, 2 months later, the client then goes in and sends these big banger receipts too late into the platform, and we don't want to then publish them into Xero or to QuickBooks or to Sage or whatever, and then we have them sat there on the purchase ledger awaiting payment. And instead, we want to match that transaction against what's already been created in there, so we have a copy of that receipt going forward. So, Brill, Carly, thank you very much for that. So moving on to our next matching feature is our bank match feature. Okay, so jumping into here, this is slightly different. So this is saying that we found this transaction and it matches against a bank transaction that's not yet been reconciled. So whereas Carly was looking at matching it against something that already exists in Xero, this time it's matching it against something doesn't yet exist within Xero. So as you can see here, if I was to jump to my reconciliation screen within Xero and go into reconcile my bank as I normally would, what I can see is I should have a transaction that equals the same amount of that. So we've got a transaction here for buy more of £240. I also have this receipt that's come through of £240. And what would normally happen if I completely ignored this bank match feature would be I would go to publish that. That bill would then sit as a bill awaiting to be paid until I went through and then matched it off using this manual process in here. However, what will happen is if I click autofill payment and then I publish this item into my accounting software, what will happen is it'll put that bill as a bill awaiting to be paid, but it'll pay it off to that bank account, so that when you come to do your bank reconciliation screen, you'll be matching this off against the payment as opposed to the outstanding receipt or outstanding invoice, should I say. And this is really useful because if there is a bit of a delay between you putting this invoice into Xero and you reconciling the bank account, when your clients do go onto Xero to manage their purchase ledger to see who they are outstanding, this invoice won't show on there because we've marked it off as being paid to that bank account already. So a really useful feature, helping you speed up that reconciliation process just that little bit quicker. So Charlie's favourite is paperwork match. My favourite is the bank match feature. We'd love to hear what you think about it, but we look forward to hearing from you next time on Maximising Efficiency with Dext. Thank you, Carly. Cheers.
Thank you.